Hey guys, it's Morgan Ingram here, Sales Development Representative here at Terminus with SDR Chronicle number 24. And the next book that I'm going to talk about is Trish Bertuzzi's The Sales Development Playbook. Now, if you have not read this book and you're in sales development, you are missing out. I read this book in a day. I was just like, boom, and I've learned so much from it. Still use the tactics, still just great mindset and just great implementations you can put in your role, not only as an SDR but also as an SDR manager, sales leaders. I mean, it's incredible. So I want to dive into three things that stood out the most to me and that have impacted me in my life, in my role here as an SDR here at Terminus. Number one thing is strategy. I'm probably one of the biggest people on strategy. I love strategy. I strategize all the time before I execute. And the thing that Trish talks about is strategizing your framework on how to reach your buyers and how you're going to reach out to your prospects. If you don't know where your buyers are and your prospects are, like, what are you actually doing, right? You're not going to be able to find those people, and you're not going to be able to relate to them. So I think the biggest thing is that she talks about is strategizing your framework. How am I going to reach out? Am I going to only call? Am I only going to do email? Am I going to do multimedia channels through Twitter, through LinkedIn? Strategizing how you're going to do these things so that you can execute and get the results that you want. Because if there's no planning, you're not going to get any results. So that's number one. You got to strategize. Number two thing that I learned is specialization. As we've gone into the age of marketing automation and mass email marketing, and there's so many LinkedIn requests and LinkedIn spam requests and just Twitter followings and direct messages of just requesting people for time, people are starting to get annoyed. It's plain and simple. However, if you can specialize, dive down into the person, figure out what they enjoy, what are their interests, what is their company concerned about, what are the buyer's pain points, then you're actually going to be able to get more responses. And Trish dives into specialization, why it's important, why you should be specializing every single message you pretty much send out so that that prospect, buyer, feels special. They're like, wow, this person took the time to actually research my pain points, research me, so that they understand me on a level that most people wouldn't. And as I talk about, it brings you out of obscurity and it makes you unique. That person will take the time to respond to you, whether or not they have the time to actually look into the product. They're going to respond to you and they're going to feel better, and that will see you better as an SDR, and you're actually doing your role effectively. So that's number two, specialize. Number three thing is leadership. As the SDR team lead, and as I've seen other leaders here in the company, leadership is super important, and you have to empower your people to get better results. And she talks about in the sales development industry. SDR role is a super tough role. You're basically every day being faced with rejection and basically no one wanting to talk to you. So I think it's super important to empower your people, empower them to take themselves to that next level mindset, to do more on the calls, to keep giving them empowerment to do better in the role, because it's super tough. So what she talks about on a leadership level is that continuously making people better at specializing, doing better at cold calling, being better professionals at the end of the day, and not seeing sales as some grimy thing that people get involved with, and that it's kind of a dirty word, but something that actually takes a lot of skill, a lot of professionalism. It's a lot of work, and there's a lot of hustle behind it to get the results that you want. So those are the three topics, the three bullet points, the things that highlighted me as I read the book. And I hope that you guys pick up the book. Trish Bertuzzi's The Sales Development Playbook. Fantastic read. Recommend it. 5 out of 5. 100%. It's awesome. So as I always say, guys, keep dialing, and I'll see you guys soon.